変わりましてショーセフです。今回は全3回のシリーズとしてオーストラリアで行われた記者会見を3つ紹介します。シリーズ1回目となるこの動画では、まずオーストラリアツアーの全容を解説して、動画の後半では南オーストラリアの都市アデレードで行われた記者会見の翻訳動画を紹介したいと思います。また2本目の動画ではメルボルン、3本目ではシドニーでの記者会見を翻訳してそれぞれ紹介しますのでご期待ください。それではまずオーストラリアツアーの全容を解説していきます。1964年4月にビートルズは初の映画「ハードデイズナイト」の撮影を終えたばかりでした。そして翌月5月、ビートルズのメンバーはそれぞれのパートナーを連れ休暇を過ごします。レノンとハリスンはハワイとタヒチへ、マッカートニーとスターはバージン島で休暇を過ごしました。そして休暇を終えた6月4日からはビートルズ初のワールドツアーが始まります。そしてその前日の6月3日にスターが扁桃炎及び咽頭炎により入院してしまいます。あまりに急な出来事でツアーを中止できなかったため、ジョージ・マーティンはセッションドラマーのジミー・ニコルをドラムの代役に選び、ツアーは計画通りに進められたのでした。ニコルは過去にビートルズの曲をカバーしており、さらにブライアン・エプスタインとマッカートニーとは以前から面識がありました。そしてスターが入院したその日のうちにビートルズはニコルとの音合わせとツアーのリハーサルを行います。ちなみにこの時ハリスンはリンゴがいないとビートルズと呼べないとスター抜きでツアーを行うことに反対していました。そんな状況の中で開始されたワールドツアーの終盤にオーストラリアでの公演が含まれていました。6月4日にデンマークで初公演を迎え、その後オランダ、香港での公演を行い、6月11日にはついにシドニーのマスコット空港に降り立ちました。到着当時、天気は横殴りの大雨でしたが、空港で待つ約2000人のファンの期待に応えるため、ビートルズは屋根のないトラックの荷台に乗って滑走路を移動しました。ちなみにこの時、ビートルズは香港で購入したコートを着ていましたが、雨に濡れて色落ちしてしまい、メンバーの体が青い染料で染まってしまったそうです。翌日、今度はシドニーからアデレードへと飛び立ちます。アデレード空港から視聴者に移動する際、道沿いにはビートルズを一目見ようと約25万人の市民が並んでいました。そしてビートルズはオープンカーに乗り、その群衆の前に姿を現しました。この群衆はビートルズが2月に初渡米して受けたファンの歓迎よりも大きなものでした。一方その頃スターは無事退院し、エプスタインと共にオーストラリアに向かいました。6月13日、アデレードでの公演を終えたビートルズはメルボルンへ移動し、スターと合流します。この時行われた記者会見にはニコルとスターを含む5人が参加しています。スターの代役を終えたニコルは6月15日、イギリスへと帰国しました。そしてメルボルンではスターがバンドに復帰し、6公演が行われました。ちなみにこの時行われたレセプションで、レノンはオーストラリアで発売された With the Beatles のジャケットが勝手に差し替えられていることについてパーロフォンの重役に抗議し、その場の空気を悪くしたそうです。メルボルンで行われた公演のうち、最終公演のみ地元テレビ局チャンネル9により撮影され、翌月にテレビ放映されました。この映像は現在でも残っており、今でも公演の様子を鮮明に見ることができます。6月17日、メルボルンでの公演を終え、翌日からシドニーでの公演が行われました。この時、シドニーで滞在したシェラトンホテルのバルコニーから手を振るビートルズの映像が残っています。ちなみにシドニーでの公演中、観客がレノンに向かって生卵を投げ、彼の足に当たるというハプニングが起きました。この時レノンは禁止のため観客がぼやけて見える中、卵が飛んできた方向に向かって僕がサラダだと思ったのかと叫んだそうです。そして6月20日シドニー公演終了後、ビートルズは一度ニュージーランドツアーを挟み、6月29日に再びオーストラリアに戻ります。そしてブリスベンで4公演を行い、6月30日ビートルズ初のワールドツアーは幕を閉じるのです。それでは最後にオーストラリアツアーでの最初の公演地アデレードで行われたスター不在の記者会見を見てみましょう。
Turn our backs to the multitude. Oh, well, fellas, tell me, what did you think of the Adelaide reception?
That was great. The best ever.
Was it like what I mentioned to you on the plane it would be?
Yeah, it was better.
Yeah.
Was it like anything you've ever had before?
No, we've never done one of those drives as well. It was marvellous.
How would it compare with the ones in the United States when you arrived at different states
It was
there?
bigger. It was bigger.
There were just more people there.
Do you think it was very well conducted?
Yes, everybody was well behaved.
Did you get a fright at all outside the town hall?
Shock, you know, because so many.
Do you ever get this feeling that maybe someone's going to sort of try and knock you off or something?
I had a feeling might have got shot. Because it's the first time being sitting in the back of a car waving, you know, just like...
You took a lot of shots, I noticed, in the car, George.
Yeah.
What was it you dropped off the balcony, Paul?
That was me.
No, it means it was him who dropped something off.
No, it was no, man, you dropped me.
I'm joking!
Yeah. We disappointed that the airport was closed. The kids couldn't get close to the plane.
I didn't think it mattered now, with them all being able to see us anyway along the
Because
route.
they saw us better than, I think, by lining the roads. So they saw us better than if we'd have just...
Jim, come here, Jim.
What's Jimmy?
Here he is, Jimmy. It's Jimmy Nichols. Drama for Ringo Star. Tell me, what did the Lord Mayor say to you?
He said it was very nice to have us in. He was all pleased and have a drink.
And what did you say to the Lord Mayor?
Thanks. It's nice to be here.
What did you drink? Rum and coke?
No, just Coke actually.
How long do you rehearse a new number for? When you make up a new number, how long do you rehearse it for?
Sometimes it takes an hour or two, you know.
Normally with new numbers, we just we don't rehearse them until we record them.
Big Hong Kong.
Tell me, John, with these tapes that you wore today, did you sort of, did you pick one of these up in Amsterdam or something? Didn't
No, the first one we saw was in Amsterdam when we were going through these canals. Some lad had one on, and we couldn't get any. No, we could get one which wasn't the right colour, green. No, we had 4 made in Hong Kong, copies of this one in different materials. Correct.
John, I, being a little older than you for good-looking gentlemen, just a little older, as a matter of fact, I will remember the launching of Frank Sinatra and Johnny Ray and Elvis Presley. And yes, fantastic. Very good tonnage, but this to my mind is unprecedented by virtue of the fantastic build-up and the publicity and all the press agents, and I'm not detracting in any way from the talent that you obviously have. How much do you attribute to Brian Epstein and his public relations men, and how many are there to your knowledge?
We've never had more than one PRO fellow with us, ever.
There's a rumour about it.
And he's only got one, Brian's only got one for each artist he's got, so they have their own, you know, and they don't work together. And we've only ever had one, and most of the time we didn't have one till about 6 months ago.
But even so, a lot of the success is due to
Oh,
him.
yes.
You know, is it?
Oh, I'll give you that.
Yeah. Jimmy, do you think that Brian Epstein's going to wave his magic wand at you sometime and include you as a 5th Beatle? Or a stand-in drummer for Ringo permanently?
That I don't know.
Hey, what happened there? Don't ask him personal questions, Ernie. No, you went to play the drums, didn't you, Jim?
No, I didn't go down to play the drums. I went down to, enjoy myself.
Yeah. And how did you get on stage? How did you get up on stage? Did she call you up?
Well, as soon as I walked through the door, she was just finishing her act, about 10 minutes, to the latter part of her act, and she said the Beatles are coming, because everybody turned round, and she invited me back to the dressing room where we had
he didn't tell us about that, did he?
where we had a drink, and then the second show, I did the whole lot.
He made drums for a whole act. Yeah. She gave you something in return, didn't she, Jim? A little.
She hasn't given me anything yet, but she's going to. She's going to give me all her albums, and also she's having a sweater made for me.
Henry, having played with all these bands, what's it like being suddenly thrust in with the Beatles?
Oh, that's the end,
Do you have any trouble getting the same beat as Wayne John?
I do my best.
Have you ever been involved in any zany publicity stunts?
No, we've never had to actually. They sort of happen, anything that's a bit zany usually happens.
When we were first starting off, we were trying to think of them. Because we didn't have a manager or anything, so we just sort of sitting around thinking of ones we could... we were going to try and get one of us to jump in the Mersey and swim it, but
none of us could swim that far. So, I don't remember this.
And anyway, the Mersey.
Saying it all the time.
It's true, John. It's true.
On your own,
You remember?
I think you were on your own then.
I remember when I was 5, and I thought, I'll jump in and I'll swim the Mersey. They weren't with me at the time. I'm a liar. I'm sorry.
What have been your most exciting moments in show business, individually, George?
I can't remember. There's so many. You know, it's ever since last September. You know, everything's been exciting. I think when we got to America, we found that they'd gone potty on us. And when we got back to Britain last October, we'd been touring Sweden, and when this Beatlemania thing started, you know, we didn't hear about it because we were away, and we just landed in London. Everybody was there smashing the place up. That was good.
Look, fellas, you've had this talent, of course, potential talent some years ago, but in your wildest dreams, did you ever anticipate that you would reach the stage that you have reached now?
No. You know, nobody imagines anything like this.
What about your act tonight at the Centennial Hall, your concert? How long will it last tonight? Your own particular segment of it?
30 minutes each house. Is there only one house? Two? 30 minutes each house.
And are you constantly changing your act, or is it...
We change it according to each sort of, sometimes city or state, or depending on what records are most popular. We usually change the order because they've only got the same amount of records released in each place anyway.
What about when you played the Royal Variety Performance last year for Her Majesty? Same act as always?
Yeah.
I think we had two jokes in that one because people weren't screaming so they could hear what we were saying, you know. That's the only difference.
And it was shorter as well.
You were telling me, I think it was George on the plane coming down from Sydney. I asked, had you ever thought of playing in pantomime as a group, the Beatles? But you did do a special show.
Oh yeah, we didn't like the idea of doing a pantomime, so we did our own show, which was more or less like a pop show, but we kept appearing every few minutes, dressed up, you know, for a laugh, doing all... Nobody laughed, mind you, we were.
You did comedy sketches on stage at all in any touring shows in England?
No, only just for Christmas shows. And we've done a couple of sketches in TV shows.
So you ever trouble with, you know, the hordes of screaming fans outside the hotel where you stay for sleeping purposes? Can you sleep through all this sort of thing?
They never stay there all night screaming, you know, I've never known.
Well, last night they were up till about midnight, you know.
Well, I mean, I don't even dream of going to bed before 1.
Are you ever scared of being hurt by something? Over enthusiasm? Have you ever been hurt?
You don't.
Well, that's why we're not scared, because we've never been hurt. You know, maybe if we had, we'd be a bit worried about it. But
In South Australia, not only teenagers go wild over it, but maybe you noticed today coming in from the airport that a heck of a lot of adults, especially grandmas.
Yeah,
Is it the same in England?
Well, I've never seen so many grandmas at once, you know. You usually get a couple.
You seem to be all very attentive. You can see what's going on. I noticed behind you in the car that you could sort of follow everything that was going on, people with different posters. Do you sort of... You're really looking at the people, aren't you?
Yeah, sure.
You're very aware of everything around you.
Yeah, well, I think you've got to be, you know, you might get shot.
Brian Epstein, how did Brian actually... Did he discover you all individually and put you together as a
No,
group?
we'd already made My Bonnie and all those other rubbishy records for Polydor. And there were sort of kids from the cabinet round about Liverpool were going into his record shop and saying, have you got My Bonnie by the Beatles, you know, this goes on for hours. So he got interested because they kept going in every day. And he asked one of the kids, who were we? And he thought we were German. And he came round and we were playing at the cabin, which is about 100 yards